Yes,
What's up,
sir.
yo?
Happy SellerAmp Seller Hour. Good to be back on here. Hunter was tapped in about 5-6 hours early and saying lock in here. Which
Yeah,
is
he
good
said
time.
lock in at 11 a.m. basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say that was exactly when I scheduled it too. As well. What's up, Giovanni? As well. Oh my gosh, he's here perfectly with us. All right, cool. Hunter, how you doing, man? How you doing, family? Good to see you, family.
Hopefully crushing the game. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, if you guys are watching on the replay, we're live Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 Eastern, by the way. And then tomorrow night, you guys are definitely going to want to be tapped in with us for 90 minutes or so. We got a ton of free information coming you guys' way for the free class. And the link down below, or the links down below for that, will come show you some new sourcing methods you've never seen before, all that kind of stuff. Show you how to kind of get ready for Q4. Even if you're busy tomorrow night, that kind of thing, start thinking about start really seriously scaling your business up, right? Because you don't want to be figuring things out during November, October, when these really good sales start happening. You want to learn the basics. You want to have your first $10,000 month in the next month or two, and then really have lots of room to take advantage of the Q4 growth.
Yeah, drop a W in the chat, and I'll rattle off some important dates for you guys coming up. I got probably about 10 of them in my head that are going to be really, really good times for you guys. So drop a. I don't know if I said one or W, but whatever I said, drop it in the chat, and I'm happy to ramble these off here. What's up, Dre? Good to see you. Dre and I were just having a good chat in the DMs. Right there. I feel like a beginner again. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, we're here to help Raphael. The free class tomorrow night's going to be a great place to set that up. Okay, I said W. Cool. All right, sweet. Okay, here we go. So coming up, September 1st, Labor Day. It's going to be pretty similar to like a Memorial Day or an Easter, where most retailers will have sales going on. So definitely going to be a good time for sourcing. Throughout September,
usually were some really good sales on Labor Day.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to Memorial Day, where it's not like a huge holiday, but there's some pretty, or at least relative
some
to
about like
the
sort of holidays that have like a lot of the best sales sometimes.
Yeah. So definitely then, right? And then throughout September, there's going to be a lot of like football, soccer, and volleyball products that do good. But one of the big dates is going to be October Prime Day, which is probably going to be in the ballpark of October 10th or 11th-ish. I think it was then last year. And then about 2.5 weeks later is going to be Halloween, the 31st of October. That's going to be pretty similar to like Labor Day in respect to sales. But what most people totally don't know that is going to make you guys tons of money, if you know right now, is that one of the best sourcing periods in the entire year is early Black Friday, which is between like November 3rd and 5th on a lot of sites to like November 20th. And that pretty much goes up until, November 15th to the 20th, which is when you want to stop doing FBA shipments and switch over to predominantly FBM. And then Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the 28th to the 1st, I believe. And the big time of the year, the big rush for FBM guys is going to be December 5th to the 20th. Of December. And the nice thing is a lot of the deals that happen during Black Friday, they'll either sustain, or even if you pay a little bit more because the sale ends, you can still typically do a lot of damage on most places with, coupon codes and gift cards and stuff like that. And because there's so much less competition in December because stuff sells out like nuts, people don't trust FBM, which you guys totally should. We've made tons of money with FBM over the years. It means there's just stupid opportunity in December because there's way less competition, way more demand, and you pay so cheap for stuff during like holiday sales, which are either the Black Friday sale continued or just like a slightly watered down version of it. Right
a lot of times it's the holiday sale is the price on Amazon going way up.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, it's a good way to put it, man. Exactly. Yeah. And then like a lot of beginners will kind of have limiting beliefs around like, okay, great. Like you want me to do test orders, but how the heck am I going to be able to restock the stuff? One, if it's going for 15% more, you can pay 10% more happily, even if the deal isn't going on. For example, like Nautica.com is a good supplier. Right. And if the Nautica 20% or 25% sale goes away, that's completely fine. Right. Because you have the 15% code and a lot of stuff's going to go up in price with demand being higher. Right.
Plus, if your biggest issues are that you only got to make $1,000 on an item once, then I'll take that as my biggest problem rather than being able to do it over and over again.
Yeah. And life is long too. Like you're going to have multiple, a whole bunch of Q4s in your Amazon career too. Why stop FBA? Yeah. Check-in time. So LJ Johnson, like demand goes way up in November and December, right? So when you're dealing with demand for a limited period of time, you don't have 2-3 weeks for FBA stuff to check in. You might as well just sell it today, FBM. And year round, Amazon favors the FBA buy box, but during November, the later half of November and December, there's way less FBA competition. So the buy box has no choice but to go to FBM people there.
Yeah. So like right now for, talking about back to school, there's not really much time left to FBA your back to school stuff. So that's why right now, if you're getting dialed in on some back to school FBM, you learn the basics, learn how to stock up, learn what a good FBM item looks like. And then that's going to translate very nicely to a lot of extra money during Q4. So it's not your first FBM season, basically.
Yeah. Kathy says, I've watched so many videos and I've not yet found anything to sell. So the nice thing is, Kathy, as long as you're storefront stocking, you've actually found lots of things to sell that have good sales ranks, right? The profitability just hasn't made sense yet, right? That's where the money's made, is in the creating the margin, right? So if you go through, literally any of you guys could do this. You just watch Warner's free course, watch my free course, and write down, whenever you see us find a profitable item, write down how that listing became profitable. Was it a coupon? Was it an item on sale? Was it using your reseller certificate to avoid tax exempt, right? So that's what we do. Literally, like, the biggest disconnect between sellers who win and, like, for example, my students who do really well, right, and sellers who struggle, it's all just in the knowledge of creating margin right there. So for example, Kathy, if you let us know some of the brands you've been looking at, I'm happy to talk through, if I know any of the discounts, how that stuff can become good there. Let's see.
You just got to find a good ones, and then it makes the next ones easier.
Jimmy says, are you insane at basketball? I saw you challenging others. Jimmy, look up my highlights. I'll drop them in the chat.
Jimmy, he's good enough to talk smack, not good enough to ever take me up on a one-on-one. So a little bit of fear there. A little bit of fear there.
Let's see. Yeah, watch the highlights. They got like 1,000 views. The roadmap was showing love to him the other day. So yeah, watch those, Jimmy. I put them in chat there.
Let's see. Asking about how do you sell in the U.S. Being in Canada, do you buy from the U.S.? So you just keep it all in the U.S. There's several good Canadian sellers we know that basically just never see their stuff. They just keep it all in the U.S. prep centers, that kind of thing. You can start in the in Canadian market. It'll be a little bit easier that way, but you're not gonna be able to scale as high just because it's 10 times less people basically.
Yep. Do you have any tips on submitting invoices that keep getting rejected? Yeah. So you're typically going to get declined like 10 to 15 times per brand on average, right? So don't see getting rejections as you doing something wrong. Typically, you're just doing what everyone else does, right? But, just think through the whole supply chain on that product. Like, think through everything you got from that purchase, right? So if you buy from an online retailer, most likely you're going to get an order confirmation, a shipping confirmation, a delivery confirmation, picture of the product, picture of the shipping label, right? That's very helpful. You can show the credit card statement, picture of the product, right? And literally just put all of those in a combined PDF together and you'll be good to go right there.
Dude, what up, Adrian? This is the 8 minutes late. It's like the latest you've been in like several months there, Adrian.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
What's up, man?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. That's a great way to put it there. Yeah.
Reapply every time, Johnson. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. Starting up Amazon, not sure where you start is Ungated brands. Yeah. So June, worry about having products to sell prior to that, but we have a good list of auto Ungate products. I'll drop it in the chat that you can go through right away from the get-go if you do want to take a look at that, or just search like Filter Miles auto Ungate sourcing and you'll see those right there as well. But you got to get products to sell before you worry about ungating.
Yeah. And come to the free class tomorrow night, Gene.
Also that,
we'll show you the whole ungating thing, what to sell right now, what to sell later on in your business, all that good stuff. Some sourcing that you won't see on YouTube either. So we'll see all you guys tomorrow night.
Amazon automation is a scam. Anyone talking about it is a liar. Very, very important.
Yeah, just think about it logically, right? Like, you're not going to be able to go to somebody and say, hey, here's 30 grand. You want to run a business for me forever? Yeah, right? Like, that's just not logical.
Yeah. So let's see. Hi, I've been ungating in a few categories, which is exciting. How do I find products with prices within max cost so it can be profitable? So good question, Becky. So almost never are items going to be profitable at the advertised price you see on the website, right? Which is a good thing, because if they were, then there would be tons of competition, right? profit margins are created, not found, right? From our experience, pretty much every supplier for online arbitrage has one or two tips or tricks that create the margin that are unique to that website, right? So it could be a sale, could be a coupon code, could be a bulk program, could be a subscribe and save deal, right? For example, Home Depot, you can use your resource certificate and there's good discounted gift cards. So if you don't know that, and I do know that, and we both look at Home Depot products, I'm going to pay like 15% less than you. So I'm going to be significantly more profitable, right? And that's how each website works there, Becky. So if you come to the free class tomorrow night, we'll give a really good run through on furthermore what that looks like. And also really appreciate all the questions coming in too. So keep firing away on them in the chat. We're happy to help.
For sure.
Q4 is coming, right? It's the best time of the year. We want to make sure all you guys are locked in and ready to rock and roll. So whatever questions y'all got, let us know. We love helping you guys start and grow your businesses the right way.
Yep. Yeah, Rohendra, all you need is Keepa and SellerAmp for sourcing. I know you mentioned like lead list or something like that. Like they can, maybe if you want to supplement, if you got a ton of money, you just want to like learn what good products might look like and source some things that are similar to that. But yeah, all you need is Keepa and SellerAmp. That's all we use. Sell several $million basically.
Yep. Make sure you always, yes, very true. A lot of beginners do not hit request approval and apply to sell when they're looking at auto ungates. You need to go ahead and do that. Very, very, very important.
Yep. What's up, James? He said, how do you determine the max price set when using auto reprice here? It doesn't really matter unless it's like a very low competition listing, in which case just set it at like the highest you've ever seen a sale happen. Maybe a little bit higher if you want to squeeze, but it's basically never going to happen unless you're on a listing with like 1 to 3 sellers and you end up being the only person left.
Yep. Getting started in South Africa, it's literally the exact same as getting started in the US. You'll just need to use like a 3PL or a prep center right away from the get-go there. Okay, good question from Jared. Says, do you recommend ungating throwaway first before sourcing at outlets? Each brand, yeah. But like if you go to the outlets today and it's popping, just ungate the brand online. You'll be good to go. Great job getting your sales tax permit right away too. So what you should do right now as well, Jared, is Google Sam's Club tax exempt, Walmart tax exempt, Home Depot tax exempt, Lowe's tax exempt, right? And sign up for all those sales tax portals so that each of those websites now you can avoid sales tax. And literally all of you guys watching this should go ahead and do that. That's a big, big advantage. And then to go along with that, a big mistake a lot of folks make is right here. So if I go to present right here, so if we go here, there's a couple ways to do this, but this is the one you guys should do right here. Let's see. My screen sharing is not. No. Let's see. It's giving me a little bit of trouble with this here. All right. Well, it doesn't want to screen share. All right. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know why. But regardless, go to the link I sent in chat and make sure to put in your sales tax correctly. But then make sure as well when you plug in on websites using tax exempt on, you just subtract it out in the buy cost on SellerAmp. That's very important there.
Yep. Yeah, appreciate you, Mushin. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Let's see. How does Keepa help find products? You can use like Keepa Product Finder, which is something we'll cover pretty heavily on the free class tomorrow. And it's typically only in the paid training. So you'll definitely want to check that out. And then it's also just variations, offers tab, that kind of thing. You kind of need all that essential data.
Yep.
And,
my bad.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. I saw that buying products from Target works to ungate. In order to ungate a brand, buying any product from that brand, exactly, as long as it's listed on Amazon. This big thing is it just has to be listed on Amazon there. Yeah.
Yep. Why is there no? Yeah, Jimmy, we don't make videos on wholesale, so that's why there's no video. If you want to learn how to do wholesale, you can go to Corey Gannum's YouTube channel.
Yeah. The nice thing is ChatGPT be really helpful for getting like a bare bones contract for brand direct right there, but I'm pretty sure Corey has stuff on there, so definitely check out our buddy Corey with that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely don't need that tool anymore. Mean TikToks, Boxem is cheaper, faster, easier to use, better all around. It's kind of very 2019 type of tool. Yeah, facts, Adrian. Best filters for Keepa Product Finder. Yeah, Jimmy, we'll break down a ton of them tomorrow night. My favorite is just kind of filtering down to like really good products in a brand and then sourcing a sale based on that. If you want to see how that works, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be a good time tomorrow at 7 p.m. You guys gave us a tip for product to buy from Walmart, sell on Amazon, but Amazon won't accept my Walmart InvoiceDungate. So it's not that they won't accept it. It's just that they haven't, right? on average, it's going to take like 10 to 15 submissions to get approved right there. Just show the whole supply chain of the product, right? Shipping, email, delivery email, picture of the product, picture of the shipping label, right? The credit card statement, all in one combined PDF, make it easy for them right there. And just expect to always get declined for Ungates, which is not a problem, right? You know, typically 5, 10, 15 times per brand, sometimes less, sometimes more, but you always will get approved right there. So keep up. The way you should be using it right now is primarily just to verify if the listing's good, not help you find more products. But on the free class tomorrow night, we're going to be showing you guys how to use Keep It to find winning products as well, which is a really, really underrated sourcing method. Really, no one's talking about online.
Yep. Let's see, Rafael said you got reinstated. Congrats. You got some stranded inventory. Is there a way to have it relisted? It should auto relist. If not, it'll tell you like why it's still stranded. So I bet if your account was shut down for a little bit, maybe someone went expired or something like that, it would tell you that like expiration date reached. So just see what the stranded reason is. And a lot of times you can get it relisted. So yeah, I would just try to do that first.
So good question here from Jimmy. So Jimmy's talking about doing brand direct wholesaler. So he says, how do I know when an image is bad to pitch to brands? How can I learn what's good and bad? Search up a keyword on Amazon and open up the couple results that show at the start, and then go to page 7 and open up those results, and you'll quickly see that the listings and the images are very, very different. The ones that are popping are significantly more detailed, right? And the ones that are on page 7, page 6, page 5, page 3, right, are going to be substantially worse. Compare them and it'll become abundantly available why one's better or not. The nice thing is you can literally plug those into ChatGPT and have ChatGPT tell you what's good about the one and tell you what's bad about the other one, which is feels illegal to even be able to do that, but you can, which is cool.
Yeah, definitely. What's up? James said, what's the best way to track how much you're making? Yeah, just use Boxem for that, James. Yeah, if you're relying on Seller Central, it's not tracking your buy cost. So you're pretty well guessing at that point.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Max cost. Check check the SellerAmp data on that. I've seen that item before. I can't remember the specifics on it, but check the SellerAmp data on it.
Yeah, it'll tell you what you need to buy it for, Jacob. It just depends on what the weight is, what your settings are at, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So you do not need an LLC to get started with. A lot of people think you do, but you don't. Yeah. For me, that'll be midnight. Maybe last time was just super difficult. Oh, Jimmy. So you're in the UK. Cool. Damn. In the UK looking to start brand. That's what's up, bro. Good for you, man.
There could be you could be dealing with less other people also trying to hunt for brands in the UK. That could be a nice benefit for you. Obviously, I'm sure there's people crushing it doing the same thing in the UK, but it tends to be more of the conversations about the US market. So if you take a lot of the stuff they're talking about in the US market and you take those UK brands or even just start importing them to the US, there's a lot of opportunities like that. If you're taking stuff from overseas, like stuff that somebody who grew up in the UK, they really want this particular type of thing, then they're going to pay an upcharge for it on Amazon, basically.
Boom, boom, boom. So maybe the core class, that's what's up. You suggest sending in information for Ungating as one combined PDF? Yeah, always one combined PDF. Yeah, you want to make it super easy for them to read and take action and approve on right there. Yep. So when I visit the outlets, would their receipts work for Ungating? Nah. I mean, I've seen it work, but you want to Ungate online. Yeah, you always want to Ungate online. So say you're doing good work at the Jockey outlet, right? You would just go on jockey.com or Kohl's or any big website right there and just, grab 10, get the Ungate done, and you're good to go.
Yeah, just because your address needs to be on it, basically. That's what Amazon's looking for. Sarah, when you upload or list the product, can you use the photo from online? Yeah, so you just take the, usually you'll have a big Excel sheet of everything you already bought. You just take the ASIN, paste it into Boxem. It's going to automatically attach it to the listing for you. So yeah, you don't have to be taking pictures. I don't think I've ever taken a picture for Amazon. Lots of them for eBay, but I don't think any for Amazon.
Yeah, I agree as well. Cool. Once you want to get online, can you start source from stores? You just source online? Yeah, dude. I mean, as long as even before you have a brand on Ungated, you can go into the stores. And you just kind of got to trust that it works, which every single person that sells on Amazon will tell you that it does. Right there. So yeah. I mean, you guys can go to the outlets today. And then, if you find some bangers, just Ungate the brand online and then you're good to go. Right there. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, LOLs Pro. Right there. That's a vibe right there. Boxem getting better, getting day, month by month. Okay. I literally read it as what you meant to say right there. Can you tell me what to do if I receive an IP complaint and how to avoid it next time? Yeah, so just look at the Kiba charts and you'll most likely see the IP complaint shown via the competition. Just going boom. Right. I'll pull up an example of what that looks like too. Just submit the documents they're asking for and prove the items you're selling are legit there. Yeah, but if you're getting consistent sales, 1 IPs, not a big deal at all.
Yeah, the big thing is they're fairly easy to appeal, Lens, and if you need to see how it's done, like I've got a video on the channel. If you have an IP complaint, just look up account health, fields of profit. I've got a video showing you how to beat a bunch of those complaints and that kind of stuff.
All right. So Warner, remember how my screen share is not working?
Yeah.
So I just link. Yeah. If you, I'll pop you up right here.
Sounds good. But yeah, as far as like the IP complaints and stuff go, you just need to make sure you're keeping good track of where you bought everything and just punch the ACID into your sheet and look it up from there.
Y'all got to go check your Coinbase too. If you got a Coinbase account, go check it as well. You'll feel good about yourself. And then buy some more products. You can load it up more too. Let's see. Boom. Pop this John up right here. Yes, sir. So you got to go back like a year. Boom. Yeah. It was like last April there. Yeah. Boom. So y'all see that right there?
This is the one where it looks like it just went viral to me, but usually this is a bad pattern. Yeah.
True. Yeah. So Wart, that's a good point there because the sales rank went down. But regardless, pretty much 99% of charts that look like that will be IP complaints. But Warner actually brings up some awesome nuance on that, right? That the sales rank plummeted so that everyone bought all of them. So they might have gone viral on TikTok.
I assume, I assume that's what happened because it was already a decently popular item, but then like something happened and it became like, I'm curious, how low did it get? Yeah, 100. That was like absolutely flying. Yeah. So usually you won't see that, but if you see a new seller chart that looks like this, where a ton of people got kicked off at once with nothing weird happening on the sales rank, then that's definitely like an IP complaint. You know, just avoid that brand basically.
Boom, boom, boom. Which store should I get InvoiceDungate? Yeah, all big websites. Yeah, June. So you literally just use the order confirmation email on them. Yeah. Do you recommend services that help find online arbitrage opportunities? Not really. You just got to learn on your own. You know what I mean? You got to learn on your own there. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're always reliant and capped by whatever you're buying. I've never seen anyone who's buying from leads lists doing more than like 5-10K a month, basically.
Yep. So Jared says, how do you recommend naming invoice or PDFs when applying to sell? Yeah. So Jared, you're really, really overthinking Ungating, man. Like you just got to get some items first, right? But anything professional along the lines of ASIN_invoice_date or, brand _invoice_date, like, anything nice and professional like that. But you really just, I would say, like, we got good Ungating tours online, but it's way easier to just start with the stuff that actually makes money, right? And not kind of put too much thought and effort into the other things that are just super nice and easy there. Yeah.
See, Nelson, you're saying what's the best, or what would be the reason why there's no FBA sellers on a product? If you check and there are a couple, yeah, I mean, it's possible that item, there's just no one has tried it FBA yet. It's also possible that it's hazmat. So just go on SellerAmp. The alerts tab will show you if it's like dangerous goods or hazmat or something like that. Just make sure you're logged into Seller Central on another tab so it can run that check. And then that could be why there's no FBA sellers. If it's like perfume, aerosol can, that kind of thing. So not sure if that applies. Otherwise, then go for it. You probably hog a huge amount of the sales if you're the only FBA seller.
Ooh, yeah, bro. FBM Junkie's up there too.
Let's see. Ungated in a brand, was sourcing for some other products. Came across a few ACIDs that you're gated in. It's not super uncommon, Heather. A lot of times you'll see that on, let's say one particular product is very popular and counterfeit started popping up. The brand might make that particular item restricted, but everything else is working for that brand basically.
Yep. OA over wholesale for you guys. Yeah, I mean, based on just what makes sense to start with, for sure. Yeah. So CA, sometimes wait like 12 hours, but for the most part, just fire away and continue right there. Yeah. Tagging you later tonight. Yes, sir. Yeah. Good job, Jose. Attaboy.
Sounds good. Yeah. I've been loving seeing a lot of you guys popping up on, especially like the Twitter timeline, Instagram timeline, that kind of thing. Lots of new Amazon sellers sharing the journey again. Very, very cool to see. What's the best way to find people to network with? Yeah. That kind of goes hand in hand, James. So
super. Yeah.
The best way is to be one of those sellers that's, once a week, once every day, as often as you're willing to do it, which, you should be willing to do it pretty often. Just kind of share what you're up to, right? You'll see a lot of guys on Twitter, especially people that are just trying to find their network still, just saying like, hey, I bought $500 worth of stuff today. I sold 1,000. Here's what I ran into today. This worked. This didn't. Right. It's very simple. Just sharing what they're up to. And then usually after like a couple months, you'll see they start posting less. It's like, oh, what happened? It's like, oh, they found their
squad.
They're 3 to 5 people that they want to make some money with. So socials is the best way, James. But you can also just hop into Discord groups. We've obviously got a free one down below. You can start asking questions, messages. Just start messaging other people that are at your level, maybe like one step ahead of you, where you can still offer value and work together on things, basically.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Hunter, you and Brian should link up. You and Brian should link up there. He's a great guy. Doing FBA better. Yes, I mean FBA is objectively better if you had to choose one, but you don't. Some listings FBM substantially better. You just have to make sure that you're always scrolling down on SellerAmp and toggling over to FBM.
Yep. Let's see. Philip. We wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing a 3PL in California, it's not really a.
Yeah, unless it was wholesale.
Unless you're just talking to wholesalers, but that's not really what we really focus on.
Yeah. And respect for asking that too. Yeah, like Philip, dude, you should get on social. If you're doing a good service, sure. get on social, man. That'll be a good thing. We're down.
You can talk to our friend Corey, that kind of thing.
Yeah, if you just search like the Amazon Launchpad Discord on Google, you'll see it. It should be linked in the description though. It should be in all these here. Underrated place to network too is actually the chat of the free class. So definitely tap in tomorrow for the free live class too. It's going to be popping in the Zoom chat, and we're going to have a ton of really good information for you guys too as well.
Yep. Let's see what's up. Fight mechanics. What's better, FBM or FBA? Do both. FBM to make sales as fast as possible. FBA to make more sales per day generally.
Let's see. What minimum net profit per month? It really depends on kind of your standards and everything, but like anything over 100 is a great place to start, I would say.
Yeah. You don't want to be too picky early on, but then eventually you're going to realize, I'm managing 100 different items, and this one made me $20. Probably not worth the time it took to, make the listing and do the repricing, all that kind of thing. A lot of people, it's like $50 to $100 minimum that they want to make on something.
Yeah, so good question here from Junie. Says, would you recommend doing the individual account or the professional account? Because I'm paying $40 a month for professional account. Which one do you recommend? $40 a month for a professional account for sure. Yeah, super, super important to do the professional account just because it's substantially, you got a ton of extra features basically with it. Yeah.
Yep. Got you, Jimmy. I've been engaged for many months now, LOL. Let's see. Make sure we didn't miss anything else here. Get Ungated is required to have an LLC. Nope. You can be a sole prop. You can technically be a sole prop for a long time. It just probably wouldn't be smart at some point. Do you know when multiple season is back? October 15th, I want to say, is when you can start getting those ready. And what you'll also notice on a bunch of multiples listings is the people who are in stock like the first few days are usually charging like insane prices FBA, like when their stuff checks in a little bit earlier. So if you're planning on selling multiple stuff, it's smart to get it in as soon as it opens up. Like I know some people got shipments ready to go at midnight. Toss it into box, and you can use those 2D barcodes as well. Those will help you get some sales a little quicker and like squeeze that multiples profit right when it pops up.
Yeah, see, so June, you're finding every single way you're finding every question except the stuff that makes money, right? So there's no benefit tax-wise. We're also not tax people. There's a lot of good research you can do in that on your own from people that are. But the big thing is just like extra legal protection. Once again, we're not lawyers. We're not tax people. If you're ever worried, maybe it makes sense to start an LLC right from the get-go, but that's going to be a personal decision on that.
Supplies would you recommend for school supplies? Anywhere they're profitable, Sylvia. A lot of times school supplies are just going to be from, Walmart, Target, Office Depot, Office Max, Staples, that kind of thing. And then you've also got the backpack, shoes, that type of school supplies, new shirts, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that falls under school supplies. So just start, if you're looking for specifically like back to school items, just go to like Crayola listings and see what those people are on as well, that are not just Crayola. Obviously everything else they sell there's probably going to be some stuff that are tailored to back to school.
Ooh, okay. Great question here from Vanessa. And this goes along a lot with the stuff we'll be talking about tomorrow. I keep hearing shipments need to be sent in by October. They won't get checked in until January. Is this true? Not true whatsoever. You probably want to switch over to mainly FBM by November, but unless you're seeing insane check-in times personally, like there's folks who will send FBA shipments in the early part of November chilling right there. But, if you already see people cleaning up on a listing FBM, you should FBM it now. You know what I mean? Yes, sir.
Yep. You can FBA, should you have extra cash on hand for shipping cost? Not necessarily. It's just going to bill to your Amazon account. So assuming you've made some sales, it's just going to come out of past sales, basically. Yeah.
All right. Well, LOL's Pro's kind of wilding out and chatting out and everything. So yeah, guys, we're going to tap in heavy for the free class tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be really, really good info for you guys. We're super excited to share and tap in with all that. So make sure you get registered for that. It's not going to be on YouTube. It's not going to be on TikTok or anything. It's purely just the private live Zoom call that you can get registered for at the link in the description. Right there. We'll toss in the chat too. And thanks a lot for tapping in, guys. And we'll see you guys there. Yeah. OA storefront stocking. We'll show you guys the best one, the free class tomorrow too, as well. So super excited on that. And y'all have a great day. Now, Adrian, LOL's Pro. Adrian, you know LOL's Pro from the streams, man. All right. Y'all have a great day. See you guys soon. Be great. See you later.
See you guys soon.